Hey guys, Pretzelman 945 here. Welcome back to another episode of the Just Two Dudes podcast, where we are just two dudes talking about whatever the fuck we want.
Random shit.
Exactly. How you doing, Seth?
I'm doing all right, man. I finished Steins Gate.
Okay, you want to jump right into that?
We got to get right in because
Okay. I,
God,
I
that
want,
was
I
so
want to,
good.
I want to hear all about what you think, bro.
Um, where do I even begin? I'm not it like so like going into it. I already knew Steins Gate was like time travel.
Right? Yeah.
Um,
Did you like the time travel?
yeah, it wasn't how I thought it was gonna be. Like I
But
thought
it
it was
made
gonna be
sense,
like
right? It actually made sense. Because there's like a ton of time travel shit that doesn't make any sense, but I feel like Steins Gate makes a ton of sense.
yeah, I really liked forgive me because I don't remember all the characters' names, but
I can fill you in that department.
okay, so the chick from the future.
Suzuha?
Yeah, that I
Okay.
liked that arc, that whole thing where she was like, because I knew something was up with her. I was like watching it, and I was like, this bitch has never seen
Interesting.
fire. She's never seen fireworks. What the fuck? Like I figured she had something. I figured she had come from the past or the future, or something like that.
Right.
Um,
Interesting.
so I figured that. I was really happy it like worked out in the end. Like in general, I really didn't want the red haired girl to die. I didn't want her to die at all.
Maki-san,
And
yeah.
yeah, Maki Say and
She's like one of my favorite girls in all of anime, honestly.
what was what was the fuck, what was her name? She had the the doo 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 chick. I forget
Mayuri.
it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
Mayuri.
Mayuri.
Yeah, she was cool.
Bro.
I really did not want her to die.
Myuri has got to be like one of the most wholesome, innocent characters in all of anime.
No, literally. It was it was awesome. It
What do you think about Okabe?
at first,
First,
honestly, I was not having it. I was like, bruh, this guy just fucking
okay,
yapping.
okay. See, for me, I was immediately endeared to him. I loved his personality from the get-go. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm glad you grew to like him. That makes me very happy because he's like one of my favorite protagonists in all of fiction, honestly.
As the show went on, I liked him more. I don't think I'd say he's my favorite protagonist at all, but he was definitely dope. Like I was like, when the time travel shit got more serious, I was like, oh yeah, this is sick.
Like the moments where he just like fucking breaks down and like he gets rid of his charades and he that's
There,
just like that's like when I figure you were like
there,
really
there's
into
that.
his
There's the
character.
scene. There's the scene where he's in the grocery. He's like in the convenience store, and he gets that message. He's like, "You know too much," and then it's like a head
Um,
of something.
oh my gosh! And his
That
this
was awesome.
constant repeated attempts to save Mayuri was just insane, you know.
Yeah, that was cool too. I wonder what Steins Gate Zero is about. I know that's a show.
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know anything about it beyond the original show.
You're not at all curious.
It's not that I'm like not curious. I just have literally never looked into it.
My thing is, I feel like it's perfect the way it ended. I don't know if I want to watch more.
That's the same thing. Like I've heard. Well, one I've heard kind of like mixed things about the quality of the other Fanscape material, but that's the other thing is I feel like it has like such an amazing ending too.
Yeah, it had a great ending. I was really impressed. I knew I was like I've always heard great things about Steins Gate. It was just I just never got around to it, so I'm really glad I got around to it. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna watch next. I have like a bunch of things I want to watch. I just don't know which one I'm gonna pick yet. So I'm like,
Watch Pluto.
That's on my list, but I want to watch. I really want to watch Psycho Pass.
Speaking of which, I finished season one yesterday of
How was it?
Psychopaths. Fucking awesome. I love that show.
Okay,
It's
so
so
Psychopaths is
good.
like a
It's so good, dude. The way I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like the way that it draws you in, it has like probably my favorite dystopian story ever. It's such a interesting world, and it's something that takes a lot of episodes to build up to. So like it's kind of like Steins Gate, where like the first six or for like the first 10
few episodes
episodes,
are like
it's really
building it
like
up.
world building until it reaches like the first climax at episode
Okay,
11. And then because it's like slowly revealing the villain and all that.
yeah.
And then just like the rest of the episodes are just straight heat. It's awesome. And honestly, the villain Makishima is like up there with my favorite anime villains. He is awesome villain.
My
Such
favorite
a good
villain,
villain. Such a
my
good
favorite
villain.
villain in all of fiction is still Sephiroth. Even though I haven't finished the game, I just know like I know like this.
Fair.
I
Um,
just know the story, and I'm like,
I'm not going to get into villains right now because, dude, that could be an entire like 2 hour video by itself.
we, we,
Honestly,
we we can get into villains later. But I will say, like the ending, like was awesome. Like to Steins Gate, I was just like, that's all. That's a good dash show. I updated. I went in and I updated my anime list because I
hmm
haven't updated it since like I'm not even lying, like 2019. So like I had to add so many shows I had previously watched.
how many?
It was a bunch. I know like it was before I even watched JoJo. It was a long time. I didn't count how many exact, but
Oh my god!
I just because I used another app called Kitsu, but they took it off the
Right,
app store.
right.
But they took it off the app store. So I uh I went to my anime list and I did that. There
Interesting. Okay,
what else was I gonna watch? There was something else. There was another show I want to watch. It was a show called Spice and Wolf.
I have not seen that. I've heard good things about it, but I haven't ever seen
Right, I've heard good things about it. So I also want to finish JJK season 2
it. Yeah, yeah.
because I've also seen like memes for JJK, and they're hilarious. I love them.
Oh my god. The memes are insane from
And
JJK.
like the other thing about the JJK that I want to know about is I heard. Have you seen the movie? Have you seen JJK
I have
Zero?
not seen JJK Zero.
I saw JJK Zero in theaters, and the main character I forgot his name, but he was super cool, and I heard he makes an appearance, and I was just like, yeah, I wanna fucking see that.
Hmm. Interesting. Speaking of
I watched
shows,
the first episode.
speaking of shows I finished, I finished Konosuba last night.
Nice.
I like it. It's a very funny show. It's not the funniest anime I've ever seen, but it's very funny.
I liked it.
Yeah, that's about the long and short of it. I enjoyed it.
Right, and that's how some shows are. It doesn't mean they're bad. It's just like good show. Moving
That
on.
that that you know what? That's how I am with JJK. I enjoyed it.
Right, I'm not gonna go over the moon for it, but it's a good show. Like
Yeah.
I know a
Um.
lot of people who like because you like just got into anime like this past year, right?
Well, actually, almost 2 years ago
Well,
in
I remember like
2022.
2018. Back in 2018, it was like when like My Hero was popping and Attack on Titan season 3 was coming out and all that shit. You
Yeah.
know, you get clowned for like an anime. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it was.
hmm
But now it's like everybody and their mom watches fucking Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's a lot more mainstream now. Yeah.
It is a lot more
Um.
mainstream now, and that's fine. I'm glad people are enjoying the medium.
Oh yeah, I think it's awesome.
But yeah, I had Taylor watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood,
Did you finish it?
She finished it. She loved it. It's her favorite show ever. Even her mom was watching it. Like that's a show I feel like I can put anybody on. They'll be like, "That's fucking awesome. That's peak."
I've been continuing my rewatch of that. I'm like
It's so good.
23 episodes through it, and
Nice.
every fucking episode is just an instant 10 out of 10 on every possible category. It's insane how good that show is.
It's probably my favorite show of all time. Like for sure.
It's my third favorite TV show of all time.
Like I'm honestly mad I watched it first because that was the that was the first anime I ever watched, and now I'm like some stuff everybody else praises. I'm like, oh, it's cool. It's not Full Metal though.
Well, like, here's the thing: is like Attack on Titan was my first anime, and I still think that's the best one. But I don't feel
Yeah.
the same way. So.
Right. No, they I will say what's it called? Your first anime, it's kind of like your first Persona game. I feel like it's like you're just gonna have a unloved bias towards it.
Okay, speaking of Persona, I finally went back and played a little Reload this morning. Um,
Okay.
and don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying Reload a lot. I really like. I mean, obviously the Persona gameplay loop is fucking addicting, but I really like the procedural generation of Tartarus. I think it's interesting compared to
Yep.
Palaces. But like, when does shit happen? Like,
How far are you in?
when the fuck does this story happen? I've explored like 10 levels of Tartarus.
Oh yeah, you're not that far.
Does the
I
story
only play.
continue as you explore more of Tartarus? Is that how it works?
So you kind of have like a Tartar. You kind of have Tartarus and so like so you know how there's the Dark Hour.
Right, right.
So has it been explained to you what happens every full moon?
Like, in terms of the full moon being the dark hour, you mean?
No, no, no. Like every full moon in the game, something happens. Has that been? Is that? Yeah, you're not that far. No. So that I should. So every
That
full
doesn't
moon.
sound familiar.
Yeah. So it hasn't been explained yet. Basically, you know how like you have the palace and like you have to beat it by the end of the month.
In Persona 5?
Yeah, in Persona 5.
Right.
Yeah. So imagine a similar thing, but you explore Tartarus, and then obviously I'm not gonna like tell you because they're gonna explain it to you. But imagine the end date is like the full moon. So you're gonna go to like wherever it takes you, and you're gonna do like a little, not a dungeon, but like a little thing. And you're gonna do a boss fight, and it's gonna go into the story. It's the
And that's
best
only
story.
and that's only after you have explored a certain number of levels of Tartarus?
Yeah, eventually, as you
Okay.
progress a little bit more, you're pretty close to like it picking up. So Junpei's on your team, right?
Yeah.
So you should. The first thing have you hit the train yet? That's all I'm gonna say. Hit the train.
In Tartarus? Is it something in Tartarus?
No, no, no. The dark hour, kind of happens like it's not just in Tartarus. It's everywhere. So there's this like a. I'm it's so hard to explain because they haven't got. It'll explain it, but you're gonna have like 12 or like 10 full moons. Yeah, just keep playing it. I promise. The story picks up
Okay.
soon.
Okay. Okay. And like I said, I'm enjoying the gameplay loop. It's not like I'm becoming bored of the game or anything. I was just curious. Because Persona 5, it's very, very clear like when the story
Persona 5 is
starts.
very fast. It's very fast.
Is Persona 3 a lot slower by comparison?
No. It's a little slow in the beginning, but it picks up. It's so fucking good. It's the best.
Okay.
It's my
Okay.
favorite piece of like story. I love it so much.
Okay. I'll keep that. I was just curious about that. Um, because, it feels like, like I said, I'm not getting bored of it or anything. It just feels like it's taken a long time to get somewhere.
Do you know what date you're on? Like in the game?
End of April.
And you're at the end of April.
I don't remember the exact date. I think it's like 427, 428. I just joined the student council.
Okay. It should be
I recognize I have not played very far at all into the game. um,
no, but yeah, I think it's what day is it? And that there's like a boss.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking because like on level 10, um, you see, this is where you're gonna have to help me with the character names.
Junpei.
Mitsuru, is that her
Me
name?
too.
Mitsuru,
The one with
right?
the red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Mitsuru. Yeah, she mentioned something about like a strong flower nearby, but there was none on the 10th floor.
Okay. Yeah. So you, as you climb Tartarus, um, okay, on May 9th, that's when that first full moon is. So May 9th. So you're like right there.
Okay, so I'm very close.
You're about to get to the first like you're about
Story bit?
basically in 5 terms you're about to get to Kamoshida's castle.
Okay.
So as you climb Tartarus, do you know how many I'm not even gonna tell you how many floors in Tartarus there are, but
I
there's like a
imagine
certain
there's,
cap.
imagine there's a fuck ton.
There's a fuck ton, but not like it's not a problem because you're like leveling up, and then there's like this other thing. There's a cap, so like I said, there's like the full moon, and then there's like a floor cap. So I think it's like I don't know what floor it is in the beginning, but there's a floor, and it's gonna be like, oh, it will let us progress. So it won't let you progress through. Imagine it like this. Imagine you have the palace, and there's like the boss fight of the palace, and then like all the grinding, and it's like separate.
Right, right. It's like how you need to explore the palace, then send the calling card, then
Right.
defeat the boss. Is it the same idea with you can't climb more floors so you defeat the boss?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
But you haven't met her yet. But I guess and the main character are like my favorite, prop top 5 characters in fiction.
Oh no, you've told me that.
I love
Um,
them so much. It's so fucking good.
Speaking of new things, did you see the new episode of Demon Slayer?
I have not. I haven't. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I have not watched Demon Slayer past season 1 in the movie.
Wow.
I probably need to. It's just kind of like it's hard because it's like there's so many shows that are getting more seasons now, and it's like I'm also trying to watch new stuff, so it's hard to keep up. But
Demon Slayer's great. I love it. New episode was 48 minutes or something like that. It was really good. It's a nice start to the Hashira training arc. So, it's
Demon
cool.
Slayer is one of those shows where I'm like I'll watch it eventually, but I'm not like I remember being good, but I don't remember being I'm not blown away. But I
Okay.
was like awesome. It was a good show.
Speaking of shows to watch next, I want your help with something.
Okay.
Well, I want your opinion on what show I should watch next because I have a big list, but I don't know which one I want to watch next. So I'm gonna list all of these. Tell me which one I should watch next.
Okay.
Devilman Crybaby, Angel Beat, Anohana, Bakano, Basilisk, Black Lagoon, Promised Neverland, Samurai Champloo,
Mm.
Herring Resonance, Toradora.
Or what? What was the last one?
Toradora. Which one of those should I watch next?
Out of all of those you said, I'm torn between Black Lagoon and fucking Toradora. Toradora, a lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it. So you might hate it. I
It
thought it was
seemed it
cute.
seemed like a really cute romance, which is why it's on my list.
It is. It's a really cute little romance anime. It's awesome. Black Lagoon's awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it's just been so long, so I don't remember shit about it. But I remember like watching it, be like, yeah, this show's fucking awesome.
Okay.
Um, there's another one I heard in there that I've seen. Angel Beats. Angel Beats is good. You're not gonna like. It's for me. It was like a Konosuba thing where it was like, oh, awesome. Moving on.
Okay. So which one of those should be number one priority to watch next?
Well, you just watch Psychopaths and you rewatch Full Metal and
I
shit
I
like that. Maybe
I'm still watching Fruits Basket. I need to watch the other two seasons of Psychopaths as well.
gotcha. I say Toradora.
Corridor
It's,
next.
it's pretty quick.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm almost done with the first season of Fruits Basket as well.
How is it?
I fucking love Fruits Basket, dude. I fucking love it.
I'll have to watch it.
You haven't seen it?
I can't remember.
Or is it like one of those shows where it's been 5 years since you watched it?
I don't even. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even remember if I've seen it or not. That might tell you.
That's funny. Um, okay. Yeah, Fruits Basket is like such a wholesome and charming show. I fucking love it. It's so good.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'll have to check it out because I need. I want to. I just watched Steins Gate and I want to watch Psychopaths, but I also kind of want to watch like a little romance. You know what I'm saying? It'll be
Yeah.
watch. How do you feel
Um,
about the Persona 3 Reload opening?
like the opening sequence.
The opening song.
I think today was the first time I've like fully watched it through. Um, it was good.
I think it's the best one.
I like Persona 5 a lot better.
I don't. I think 3 clears it easy.
I just like red better than blue, maybe. I
Maybe.
don't
Maybe
know.
not like visually, but like the music. I love that song. So Full Moon for Life. That song is so fucking good.
I don't. I think I'm just gonna have to hear it more times,
Very
maybe.
fair.
Um. So, what else did you do this week? Like, what did you do this first week of like actual being posted at a boot camp?
Not much. Just kind of like working and learning and shit. Just kind of
What
like
did you work on and like what did you learn? I'm curious.
mostly just cleaning and painting.
Painting what?
The boat. There's some stuff we gotta paint. So I just kind of like
Oh, okay.
doing that for right now.
Like maintenance stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm like learning the inside and out of that boat specifically.
Interesting. Is it fun, cool, or whatever? Or is it
It's
kind
pretty
of
chill.
boring?
It's pretty chill. I mean, I
Nice,
think it's fun.
nice. I've had a very, I guess, busy day today. For the past like
Yeah.
4 hours.
Dang.
So
You're
yeah,
done with
so
college now, right?
hmm?
You're done with college now, right?
Well, first year, yeah,
First,
um,
first.
but
Yeah.
so today I had lunch with my grandma. That was fun. And then I went to visit my mom. She's still like outpatient recovering from a surgery she had on Wednesday.
Mm,
But she's doing good, which is nice to hear.
that's good.
And then big thing, I financed furniture for the first time.
How does that work?
It's quite, I'm not gonna go too much into personal details and whatnot, but I basically bought furniture for my apartment space down here.
Oh, nice.
I'll send you the pictures later. I got like a couch, I got two end tables, I got a TV stand, I'm gonna get a new TV too, and I also got a coffee table. Um, it's gonna be
You got.
hype.
Oh yeah. You're going to an apartment. Oh wait, yeah. I remember now. Yeah, it's gonna
Um,
be awesome.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And then also, can you see my camera right now?
Nah.
You can't? Oh, okay, then never mind. I was gonna show you, my stepmom also, she went with me to the furniture shopping.
Yeah.
But she also got me Birkenstocks.
Nice. Those are awesome.
Which like they're comfortable shoes. It's just one of those things where like I imagine I would like never own Birkenstocks. You know,
Yeah.
it feels way too bougie for me. Um,
No, that's so fair.
um. So I had an idea for something we could talk about.
Okay.
Um, embarrassing stories.
Oh God.
So we shared one each about quarantine last week during the first episode, but um I just wanted most of this episode just be about like telling various embarrassing stories. It can be about literally anything. Um because I just thought it'd be funny.
Hmm. I have to think about embarrassing stories.
So do you want me to go first? Because I have like quite a few lined up.
Yeah, go first because I have to think
Or,
about it.
not even embarrassing, just like funny stories too. Um,
Okay.
any of those. So, um, first thing is I'll go with my microwave mishaps.
Okay.
So, this is all long ago. None of these are recent events. Believe me, I do know how to properly use a microwave. But
Right.
I don't remember exactly when all these were, but one time I put a Chick-fil-A wrapper in a microwave, almost caused a
Uh.
fire. Thankfully nothing bad happened. And another time I was making some pre-cooked bacon, but I didn't realize it was pre-cooked. So I put it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes.
Damn.
And my sister opened up the microwave when it was at like 2 minutes, not even like the full time. And it was black and it stunk out the kitchen for days.
Oh.
and then,
Damn.
and then the last one, was this one time where I was making French toast for breakfast, and I got it for some reason I didn't put it in the toaster, but I put it in the microwave. I get it out of the microwave, and then, of course, because I'm a fucking idiot, it's hot, and so I do like whole hot potato thing, where like you touch
Right.
it and like you throw it. So what ended up happening is like I ended up in my cat's food bowl.
Nice.
So thankfully, my dad picked it up before anything happened. I just
Right.
those three examples are my microwave mishaps I like to follow.
Did those happen recently, or were those like
No, no,
just
no. All of these were several years ago.
okay?
um. Uh. Now, if you have any, I'm not trying to like hog the spotlight here, but just
Oh
like
no, you're good. I don't even know what I'm gonna have, but
okay,
I got one that happened like recently.
okay, okay.
So there's this red light, or there's this like a four-way intersection. It's not like a popular one. It's just like a little intersection right outside the base. And the day before, I was driving and I saw that it was you know how like with lights, though, if they're blinking red, you treat it like a stop sign. Like if the lights are broken and they're blinking red, you just treat it like a four-way stop sign.
I didn't know that, but that makes sense.
Yeah, so if the intersection light is broken and it's just blinking red, you just treat it like there's multiple stop signs. So it was broken the day before, and then I go back out to drive, and I'm at the intersection, and there's a cop there, and it's red. So I didn't know it was working. I thought it was still broken. It was red.
Right.
I go like halfway in this intersection, and it's red. And I noticed it like was working, and I like slammed on my brakes mid intersection. I was like, he just kind of looked at me. I was like, still, I just waited, and he let me. He didn't even stop me. I was like, sick. But that was embarrassing because I'm like I'm brand new here. I'm making Georgia drivers look like crap.
Uh, that's funny. Oh man.
What
um,
else do I have?
Speaking of driving related, I have one about go-karting.
Okay.
This is from years and years ago. I think this is when I was in like seventh grade or something when this happened. Um, so this was my first time ever doing go-karts. Okay.
Okay.
And so I get so everything's going fine. I get on the track, right? Getting ready to go, have the car turned on and whatnot. And then immediately I accelerate into a wall.
Slam it into thing.
Like this slam. Um but here's oh, it still makes me laugh so much to this day. Here's the best part, right? So the impact, but it wasn't that bad. I wasn't like seriously injured or anything. But because my sister was a lot younger at the time, my dad was riding with her. So as they
Right.
were doing the laps around, I had to like wave and get their attention that something was wrong, right? And
Right.
they had to like wave to the people, and eventually after like 10 minutes, two of the employees like tried to come out onto the track and like drag like pull the go kart out and then onto the phone.
Damn.
And um and that was the first time that I ever went go karting.
Dude, go karting is so much fun.
Yeah, I know, and I've done it like one or two times since then. And after that, I went very slowly for the rest of the go karting experience. Um, what do you got the stream up of?
Uh, game.
Are you
I
like
forgot.
streaming some Elden Ring?
Oh no, I was just streaming some Persona 3 real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, dude, I can't even remember the last time I went fucking go karting. I'm trying to
Um,
think. I went to like Andretti's like a bunch, but nothing too memorable. Just like running around. Oh, I got an embarrassing story. Oh, I just thought of one. This is my most embarrassing story of all time. It's
Most
legendary.
embarrassing. Okay, okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I'm like 10, right? And
Okay.
me and my friend are at Dave and Buster's. And my brother at the time worked there. And you know, you're 10, you're gonna make mistakes. This was huge. This was really funny. So, you know those really big claw machines?
Right.
Like there's like the normal claw machine is like the really big one.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm a little con artist. So I pull up. Me and my friend are there. And we were just bored, and I was like, "Damn, I want to get these Pokemon cards because you could buy Pokemon cards there too."
Okay.
So we had this little gig running where he would be my lookout, and I could climb into the machine, and I could literally crawl into the hole and grab a stuffed animal. So I was, I swear to God, I pulled out like 8 stuffed animals, and I was selling them on the fucking on the floor, like. And then an employee caught me and was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "Uh, you know, just sitting. I'm just, you know." And they ratted me. They figured out what I was doing, and I started freaking out. And I like lied, and I was like, "This guy, he told me he was gonna kidnap me if I didn't do this." And so they're checking the security footage and looking for this dude, and then I just came. I was like, "Yo, I just fucking lied about that shit." Yeah, I got grounded for a long ass time for that one. That was fucking crazy. I'm also permanently banned from Dave and Buster's because of that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about like all locations or just like the one that's one that's like near where we live.
Oh, obviously they don't have my name posted up like on a wanted poster, but like they probably wouldn't remember it. But I remember I was banned from Dave and Buster's.
Was that one location or like all Dave and
Yeah,
Buster's?
they didn't really specify, but
Oh,
yeah,
there's a big difference.
they weren't like you're never allowed. They were just like, yo, you're banned. You're banned from Dave and Buster's. And I was like, okay. But yeah, that's
Oh my
probably my most
god,
embarrassing
that
story.
that's funny. I have another funny story when it comes to arcade machines.
What's that?
I have another funny story when it comes to arcade machines in like
Okay.
arcades and whatnot. So, um, do you remember a pizza place called Stevie B's?
Yes.
Okay, I fucking love that place. It sadly closed down because of quarantine, but there used to be it basically it was like a it was like a pizza buffet arcade. It was the coolest place ever, right?
I remember Stevie B's. I don't remember it tasting really good though.
It was like my favorite pizza spot of all time. I
Okay.
I was addicted. That's not the point. So basically, for my 12th birthday, I went there for my 12th birthday in sixth grade. And me and like it was me and two of my close friends at the time. Um, and we were like just playing. I don't remember what arcade machine it was, but like the ticket thing broke.
Yeah.
So we basically got like a shit ton of tickets out of the thing for like
Right.
nothing. We didn't get like penalized or anything. They let us like buy prizes with all those tickets.
Damn. Wait. Wait. So where was Stevie B's?
I'm not gonna say for privacy
Yeah. No.
reasons.
No. No. Obviously, but like general location.
I
Like
still
that's
don't.
most.
I still don't want to say. I think that's too much
Okay. Okay.
location information. Um,
You're good. You're
I'll tell you after
good. Okay.
recording. Um, any others that pop to mind about embarrassing or funny stories?
Do I have anything else?
Anything else that you can think of?
Um. That was my most embarrassing one. I feel like there might be one more. Let me think. Hmm. I can't think of any.
I have like one more really funny one that comes to mind right
You
away.
have,
So this is like a thing about my mom. So back in like seventh grade, do you remember the I don't think that's too much information. The trip to Chattanooga.
yeah.
So
At at the unnamed aquarium.
yeah. Um, so basically, so it's like because the aquarium was the only thing that we saw that day. My mom for like a birthday present, I think it must have been like it must have been like January of 2018, I think.
Right.
Um, when this happened. So, as a birthday present, we were going to go to like a weekend in Chattanooga. It was really fun. Along the way,
Right.
we stopped at QT because I fucking love QT pretzels.
Yeah.
Um,
Obviously,
and so,
QT is the go.
we're purchasing everything, right? So my mom sees a deal and it was like important context for this. Bananas at QT are like 88 cents. Okay.
Right.
So my mom sees this deal, this promotion that's like if you buy Coke, you get a free banana. Okay.
Okay.
So so we purchased everything and she's looking at a receipt, and she notices that she was charged for the 88 cents for the banana.
All right.
So my mom asked to see the manager and
Okay.
asked to get the 88 cents banana charge removed.
Yeah. That was just like, was it embarrassing because your mom just like carried it out over the banana?
It wasn't embarrassing. It was just fucking hilarious. And it's still an
Right.
inside joke between us to this day, like over 6 years later. Or
That's
almost six
awesome.
years later, or something like that. Like around 6 years later, it's still an inside joke between us because it was just so ridiculous. And like, keep in mind, my mom is like sweetest person ever. She's not like a Karen in any other way that you
Right.
think of with Karens. But I always preface that story as like my mom was a Karen before the term Karen was even invented. Um,
That's awesome.
because she tries to talk to the manager about getting like the little thing with the receipt. And I
The one
just
pretzel.
I just think it's such a funny story.
That is a good one.
Um, are you recording this Persona 3 gameplay on your
No,
Xbox?
you can just in Discord for Xbox. It's obviously way less limited to PC Discord, but you can stream your game. Like I can just stream it to you.
I'm not seeing the gameplay screens. That makes me wonder.
Yeah, no, I can. You can stream on Twitch through Xbox too.
Well, I mean,
You can.
I'm like, I'm just seeing a loading symbol. I'm not seeing like the gameplay on your streaming
Oh,
screen or whatever. So,
oh, it just says loading. So you don't see any of my.
no, I don't see anything at all. I can hear the audio. I have it on mute right now, but I could hear the audio. I just can't see it's weird.
It doesn't work now either.
Um, no, I just hear the audio. It's weird.
That is
I,
weird.
I don't know, like, what the issue is.
Oh
Um,
well,
you got
you'll
anything
figure it
else?
out.
You got anything else going on with you lately?
I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring.
Is that like the main video game that you're playing right now?
I've been playing. I haven't. I've been weird with RPGs lately. Like I want to finish Final Fantasy VII so bad. I just play it and then I'm like, oh, damn, I'm playing. Like I don't want to play right now. And then
I've been like the same way right now with um uh the fucking Final Fantasy VII remake.
mm,
Uh,
they're talking about putting the remake on Xbox. Like apparently Square Enix is done with their like they're like they're not doing console exclusivity anymore. So they might like they ended it with PlayStation. So they might be putting the remake and Rebirth on Xbox.
dude, I don't care which comes first, like Steam or Xbox, whichever one. I'm immediately buying Rebirth. Like, 'cause I know the exclusivity deal with PlayStation ends on May 29th.
Oh, it
Uh,
does. There's like an
yes,
official
yeah,
date for it.
yes. That's been known for a while.
I wasn't
Um,
here.
yeah. So it's probably, hopefully not going to be much longer after until we get that on.
Oh, dude, when they put remake and rebirth on fucking Xbox, I'm buying that shit and playing the fuck out of it. I will say that. Oh, little side rant. They I know you're not a you I know aren't you like an avid Fortnite hater?
I refuse to ever play the game.
Why is that again?
On principle, and also I fucking hate shooters.
Very fair. Have you know there's like the Lego mode now, right?
I've heard about that. It came out a couple months
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, no, they're adding Fallout to for and I literally think Witcher 3 characters are in the item shop right now.
it's weird.
I have Geralt. He was a battle pass thing.
It's Gerald.
I have fun on Fortnite. Like I will say though, it's like video game wise, I don't think I'll ever have a more nostalgic and fun experience than like middle school Fortnite, like OG, like 2018. That
Yeah,
shit
I
is
don't know. It felt like such a dumb game.
at the time, dude. Fortnite was so fucking awesome at the time. That was so much fun.
Like it never. Like also it looked weird. Like the graphics wise, look ugly.
The original, like 2018, that shit was fire.
See,
Doesn't look
Tattoo
like.
in general, from what I've seen, it looks ugly.
I think it looks fine. I mean, it's a
Mm,
cartoony game.
maybe I'm just not into that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, that's very
I
fair.
feel like though I've explained at length why I don't like gun combat in games.
Yeah,
There have been well, let me tell you, there have been a ton of games that I have been just not able to get into because of the gun combat.
I remember you played a little Halo. I think
Halo is the one exception.
yeah, Halo's awesome.
Halo was really fun. That's the one game that I played that has genuine good gun combat. Like, I stopped playing Starfield because,
Starfield is
the,
ass.
I enjoy,
And
okay, I guess you're not a fan of Bethesda games, but, um, I enjoyed parts of Starfield, but I couldn't play more of it. Same thing with Fallout 4.
oh, I
Like,
love Fallout.
I hated the gun combat. Hated it.
Yeah,
Um,
you can in
it
Fallout 4.
completely took me out of the game. Completely.
Fallout 4 specifically, like like most of them, gunplay is like an option though. Like you don't have to use a gun. But I will
I
say,
don't know. I don't know. Just like, maybe that unpleasant experience would just enough to like put me off completely,
yeah,
Um,
the one thing though with Starfield, I played it day one. That game was I fucking did. I got a bone to pick with Starfield. That game was so ass.
why? Because I enjoyed it despite the
One,
gun combat taking me out
one,
of it.
the hype behind Starfield. There was so much hype behind Starfield, and I remember like whenever like a game is getting really hyped up, I take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, okay, like you know, like I take a step back. I'm like,
Understandable.
this might not be like hype. Like it might just be like fine. So I go into Starfield thinking, okay, Bethesda's dropping a new game. Like it's Bethesda. I have faith in Bethesda. The game looks like fucking dog shit. It plays like dog shit, and
Okay, no, no,
the
no, 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 no.
dialogue's terrible.
Hold on. I think you say it looks like dog shit. Oh. It has
It
like
doesn't
some
look
of the
good.
most insanely detailed graphics I've
It
ever
caps out at
seen.
30.
Okay, well that's running the game. That's not how to do with how it looks.
I didn't think it was pretty at all. I think it looked grainy. I was like, oh, space. Like
I heavy disagree on that.
I was
Personally.
just like, I played the beginning, like the beginning, and I was just like, this is like, have you ever heard of Dead Space? Dead Space was like that game. They remade Dead Space, like I think the year before Starfield came out, and I would like 20 times better. Like,
Hmm.
and I was just like, I like shooter. I like. I'm fine with like I think the open space is cool, but like
Other games that I couldn't get into because the combat I mainly think of two. Mass Effect and
yeah.
Red Dead 2.
Mm. Red Dead 2, really?
Oh my god. I have a bone to pick. Um,
Red Dead 2 is awesome.
oh god. So in the beginning, I loved the setting. I thought it was really cool. Um, but oh my god, like I tried to play it on my Xbox in my living room, and keep in mind my TV is maybe I don't know the exact distance, but it's like a couple feet away from the chair, right? Like standard living room setup. Okay,
Right.
dog could not see shit.
The
It was so hard to tell where the fuck I was supposed to aim.
I don't know if you know this, but Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto both have like auto aim. So if you
Clearly, I didn't know about that shit. If that's a
so like
thing, then it's not auto enabled.
it is it's in all the GTA's and the Red Deads. They if you like let's say there's someone in front of me or like around the corner, if like you aim in with left trigger, it gives them like the dot over your head. It's super like Red Dead's like it's the story. Like people don't like obviously Red Dead isn't competitive, but it's like
I don't know. I don't know. I found it to be a fucking mess. Also, the menus were like a total mess. Nothing made any fucking sense in the menus at all. Nothing.
honestly, I don't remember the menus that well.
And the map was so tiny. Like the
Red
map didn't
Dead's
make
map.
any sense, and the mini map was ass. The mini map was
Red Dead's map was small.
the mini map. From what I remember, yeah, it was like way too small.
Red
Um,
Dead, yeah, Red Dead has a huge fucking map.
I'm talking about like the icon on the screen. Like everything about the UI of Red Dead 2 was straight up ass.
Looks like a normal mini map to me.
And I don't know, I might be misremembering things because it's like
If you look at the UI, Red Dead 2 UI.
it's been like over a year, I think, since I last tried it. Maybe even longer than that. Um, that's just from what I remember. Well, I really wanted to like it, but man, the shooting and the UI were just so bad. And with Mass Effect, the combat and a bunch of the mechanics just didn't make any sense to me. It was too complicated for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
I couldn't get into Mass Effect either.
and I've told you how I couldn't get into Breath of the Wild because of the combat, but that's not like gun combat related necessarily.
Yeah.
Um, do you have any games that like you really wanted to like but you just couldn't get into for one reason or another?
The first game that comes to my head with that is Skyrim.
Really?
And
What?
I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it again eventually. 'Cause I don't think Skyrim's bad. Don't get me wrong. I think I know Skyrim is a good game. I just like
Well, same thing with all the other games I mentioned.
right. It's just like I don't know, man. I'm just like
So what about Skyrim did you not like?
it's not even that I didn't like it. It's just it wasn't like pulling me. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, fair enough.
another game that I feel that way about. Not the pulling wise. It definitely pulled me, but it's just the combat is so fucking bad. Not the combat, just the game. It's just dated as fuck as Final Fantasy VII.
Was it like like the original?
Yeah, like the original. I
Well, clearly you've gotten over it considering you're so far into it now, right?
I no, dude. Like I'm trying. It's such a chore. Like the thing. Here's the thing about it. Final Fantasy. I played Kingdom Hearts growing up, so like I knew like the characters, but like I didn't really understand like oh Final Fantasy is like I didn't really know what it was. Then they added Cloud to Smash, and I played Cloud, and I was like, this dude is sick. What is he from? Final Fantasy VII. At the time, I don't think it was on all the consoles yet. I don't think they re-put it out yet. So
Okay.
I didn't have the ability to play it, and then it never slipped my mind. And then it just I found as I got into RPGs and like more video games, they were like, dude, yeah, Final Fantasy VII is the best video game ever. Like, or not ever, but like it's one of the best RPGs you'll ever play. And I'm like, cool.
We
And so
do hear that a lot.
I have my friend. I don't know if you know Spencer. It's his favorite. Final Fantasy is his favorite game ever, and he was like, and I'm like fresh off of Persona 4 and 5, and he's like, dude, you got to play Final Fantasy 7. It's the best RPG ever made. And I'm like, all right. Don't get me wrong. Old video games, graphics wise, I don't care. That's not the problem. The problem is the combat. I don't like the combat at all. The combat,
If anything, old graphics like the fucking egg beater head that uh OG Final Fantasy 7, it's just funny more than anything, you
right? I
know.
thought it was fine. But another problem with the game of it being so old is I don't know if you had this problem, but I found it pretty hard to navigate the game. Like finding
See,
out where the fuck I'm going, and then there's like some like doors and hallways that like are like just like a black like you don't even know that that's a door until you like look it up.
I will say in the limited amount of time that I've played the game, I have noticed that. Um, when I because I tried it before on Xbox like a while ago. I don't remember how long ago exactly. But I I I I hadn't been a fan of the combat this time around. Like when I got it for my Switch, I was fine with it. It was like nothing special. I do kind of get what you're talking about, though. I just haven't played enough of it to like notice a huge difference. I will say the little bit I played of Nine is a lot better in terms of like navigation wise and combat ageness, and also just the graphics look significantly better.
Here's the other thing about it, which I was like, so like, bruh, is I heard the remake was coming out, and I was like, awesome, I can play Final Fantasy VII. Next thing I know, all the fans are telling me, oh, dude, the storyline's going to be different, and I'm like, or like this, it's like a different timeline, and I'm like, okay, being the nerd I am, I want to play the original story too. Like, I mean, I was just like, 'cause it was just so like Final Fantasy VII. I've before this playthrough I've been doing, I'm like level 25 in my playthrough right now, and it's not bad because the story. I know Final Fantasy VII has such a good story. It's just so hard to enjoy it with the game being so hard to play for me because it's just like it's just like
Yeah,
Final Fantasy.
I get that. And here's another thing I'll say is like six by comparison, which I also started a playthrough of.
Okay,
It's the only 2D one that I started a playthrough of, but like that one that has pretty solid like turn-based combat too.
okay. I don't like the real time combat. Not a fan of that.
Oh,
I,
like the action time thing that Seven introduces. Well,
yeah, I don't. I'm not.
actually Seven doesn't introduce it, does it? Because that kind of thing is also in six.
I don't know. Like especially in seven. I don't like. I played Final. I'm playing Final. I've never beaten that Final Fantasy game, but I'm playing seven. I got into 10 a little bit before I left for boot camp, and I was
Same.
having a great time. 10 was awesome. I was having fun with it. I don't remember. I think it's 13 or 14. It's the car one with Noctis. Uh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need to play that game. That one was pretty cool. And then I like real time and it's just such a fucked mess.
It is very messy.
And
But
what blows my mind is this is like obviously you have like see I hate it because it makes sense. So obviously you have Final Fantasy VII, then you have the remake and Rebirth. There's that trilogy going on. I wish they would just not remaster. I wish they would remaster the original. Like like it's such an old game to the point where I think it would be completely fine for you to update the models a little bit. Like the community has done it. Like I on my computer, I have a Final Fantasy VII mod where it makes it look better, and it looks like a good comparison I had is like Persona 4. Like it has the quality of like Persona 4,
Oh,
like
okay.
that era. And
Interesting.
I'm like, this
Interesting.
is way more like this is more playable for me. It's prettier to look at. It doesn't look like a Roblox game.
I think
And
that's giving it too much credit, honestly. I think it looks worse than Roblox.
yeah, it looks like shit. But I also understand it's an old fucking video. It's an old game. So it's like that never bothered me. It was just like like you're at like, oh, this is a great comparison. Never mind. They have so obviously you have Ocarina of Time, Zelda, and then you have the 3DS remake, right?
Right,
I wish
right.
they did something like that.
Okay, okay.
I wish they did something like that because that would just be like it'd be awesome. But yeah, Final Fantasy. It's just I want to like it so much because I love Kingdom Hearts, and it's
Oh,
it, so it's like, uh, yeah, it's hard, but I'm trying to like it.
hmm, interesting. Um, those are games. Speaking of games, can you believe it's been over a year since Tears of the Kingdom came out?
Yup, that's crazy.
I still haven't. Maybe to go back to it. Still haven't.
I have not gone back to it yet. I don't have a Switch or anything like that.
Like I
So
said, like I said in the last episode, just like not in a video gamey mood at all currently.
that's so
Um,
valid.
Honestly, like if I'm in any video game mood, it's like for very like small amounts of reload. Because actually this morning I went back to a game I hadn't played in fucking years, which is a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Mm.
Have you played that game?
No, I was more of a Fighter Z guy.
Never played Fighter Z. It's the only Dragon Ball game I've ever played, mind you. And I
Okay.
watched it, and I played it well before I watched anything related to Dragon. Okay. I had a fucking phase with this game, multiple phases, but like,
Yeah, you've told me about this at school before.
yeah. So, if I tell you I completed the main story to the game probably over 15 times.
That's crazy.
It is insane. It's like one of my most played games of all time. It's probably up there with Smash for like number two most played game of all time for me.
I miss Smash Bros.
Um, and it just it that game it was really fun to play again. It's
Right.
the first
Yeah.
time I've touched it in at least a year.
Fighter Z is a Dragon Ball fighting game, and I like fighting games, so it was.
It's
I
really
was just
what it is. I just never played Fighter Z. I never played any other Dragon Ball. Well, I played a little bit of Kakarot when that came out, but
was that
that was not my type of game. Um, I couldn't really get into that one, honestly.
I got you. Yeah, no, valid. I mean, I heard it. I remember it came out, and people were super excited for it or whatever, and I was just like, cool. Dragon Ball games are pretty much all anime video games, or not anime video games, but video games that are based
Surrounding
like
anime.
yeah, like Dragon Ball or like Naruto games. I fucking hate those games.
I don't know. I hear they have like a certain reputation, especially like old One Piece games and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that. And apparently, there's like a new JJK video game out.
they got terrible reviews. It's not like they're not good. It's a money grab in my. I mean, like some of them are good. Like I know Xenoverse 2. I remember that was pretty critically acclaimed, and I remember Budokai or like Tenkaichi 3 was really good.
I never played any of those games.
That's a PS2 game, but I don't know, man. Like anime games, not even just Dragon Ball, but like Naruto, One Piece, like all of them. They're never good. It's like a or like it's like the like 90% of them are bad. Like, so I just don't bother.
Um,
I don't even bother.
I think that's interesting because like I've never played any of them, but yeah, going back to that this morning was fun. Along with I played I think like an hour and a half of Reload or something like that. Um,
Nice. Yeah, I think I'm on April 25th on my replay
okay, okay.
because I
So
beat the
like
game.
literally. Oh, so then you would know because you're around the same spot as me.
Right, but I'm doing New Game Plus, so I'm level 93, and I'm where you're
Oh,
at.
so wait, does that mean that the enemies scale up?
Nope, I just body him. I have a level 90, like 5 Messiah. That's like the God persona you can get. Like,
Oh man, that's
well,
funny.
because I 100%ed Persona 5 on Xbox, and then I was Reload came out and I played it, and I have literally one achievement left, and it's it's max out all social links,
Wow.
and I think that's only possible if you're a New Game Plus because you don't have to get up your your academics. You could just like as soon as they're available, you can start them.
Oh, speaking of which, do you have like social links for like Junpei and the other girl that you're in the party with?
Yukari and Mitsuru.
Yeah, that's it. Well,
You also you
I know
also
there's one for Mitsuru, but like Yukari, is there one for them?
yeah. So
When the fuck
there's
does that
also
start?
they're like they don't um they don't do like the main party members. They don't really start those till like mid game. I know
Really interesting.
that doesn't mean you can't date any girls. There's other girls like there's a bunch of chicks that you can date in this game, but
I know,
like
and I'm looking forward to finding out the one you can date.
which one are you leaning towards? So we haven't met all the chicks yet, but there's also Fuka. She's like the nav.
I have no idea, honestly, because I don't know enough of them. Um, so let me ask, who is best girl in Persona 5?
Mm. In Persona 5,
Yes.
Makoto. Actually, scratch that. The doctor, the goth doctor. Yeah, she was awesome. You can't date her, but she was
Yeah,
sick.
you can. Yeah, you can.
You can? I don't actually remember. I guess you
Yes,
can. You
you
can.
can
Yeah, you
date
can.
her.
I lied. Um, no, I like the Persona 5 girls.
So,
I don't know. I
so
think three.
I was doing, I did a second playthrough. I haven't gone back to it in like months, but, um, in that second playthrough, like you told me to do, I was fucking around, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I have like, I'm like currently, dating, let me try to think through all of them. I'm doing Makoto on, um, I'm doing the Doctor. I know that one.
Nice. Yeah, she's hot.
I'm doing, um, I'm doing the teacher as
Kawako Point.
well. Yeah. Um, that's 4. I think that's
Okay.
as far as I've gotten. I can't remember if I've done a 5th one.
Yeah, you can date every girl, and then on like Valentine's Day,
I know, which is what I was doing. I
awesome. Yeah,
was
no, I'm
doing
here for
exactly that.
I beat 5 because I already beat 5. I was low key trying to see how fast I could beat it. I wonder if it'll show me my time on here. They it's Persona 5 is awesome. Like no doubt.
It's one of my favorite games of all time. Um,
I
so
love my
so for me, best girl, Kasumi.
that's so valid. That's
Like
so valid.
no question. Like easily best girl, no question.
Yeah, no, that's so valid. Kasumi is awesome. That's one of my friend's favorites. Yeah, she's cool. I like all the girls in that game, except
How,
Haru.
what's wrong with Haru?
Nothing's wrong with her. She just doesn't get enough. Even in base five, it was even worse. She didn't get enough screen time. She was just like one of the one I like. Just did like I like. I never dated her. I never used her. Like
I remember the fifth girl I'm dating.
was it Haru?
I'm doing Futaba too.
Oh,
I'm doing Futaba, Kawakami, the doctor, I don't remember her name, Makoto, and An.
how do you feel about Futaba?
Well, this is the first time that because I did a lot of the confidant relationships differently. Like for the first time, I maxed out Futaba and is it Shigeru? Is that his name or is it something different?
Who are you talking about?
The dad person, the
Sojiro.
Sojiro. That's it. Fucking yeah, him. Um, I maxed out both of them for the first time. And
Okay.
dude, oh man, I should have done that in the first playthrough instead of like fucking wasting my time on Mishima, that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Fuck Mishima.
yeah, fucking,
Mishima's an op. Yeah. No.
um, uh, um, I don't regret doing Hifumi the first playthrough, but I didn't end up dating her, but hers was fun to max out, but I didn't do it this time around. I'm glad I didn't. I also don't regret doing Ishigawa. I don't know what his first name is.
It's a guy.
Yeah, the ice guy, the artist dude. What the fuck is his
Oh,
first name?
Yusuke.
Yeah, Yusuke. It's
Oh, I
not,
thought
it's
Asano.
Hitagawa even. Yusuke. I didn't max him out this time. I enjoyed it in the first playthrough, but like I didn't do that this time. And I'm so glad I did like Futaba and Sojiro because man,
Right.
both of theirs were so good. And, you know, I finally appreciate it Sojiro so much more because I finally understood that it like halts when you get to Futaba's palace and you can't continue it until you finish the palace.
Yep. Yeah. What's it called?
It's got nothing though. Like those two are great, but they have nothing on the top three best confidant relationships.
And
Which
who are those?
the ones you need to get the true ending, ironically enough, Kasumi,
Yep.
uh, Maruki, and Akechi. Like
You know,
those
Akechi.
are by far the best. Akechi's my favorite character in the whole game.
They. Yeah, I hated Akechi in or base five. Akechi, they fixed. I'm telling you, Akechi in the original was such a shit character.
Really?
Yeah, imagine Akechi without all the royal stuff.
Well, I don't know if I could because I don't know like what parts are.
So like, yeah, I guess it's fair. It's hard to explain, but like, he was just a bitch. That's all I can say. Like, he was just a bitch.
Okay. Do you not have this interesting like interactions with Joker or whatever?
Yeah, no, he was just like a dick. That's all he was. Like the only cool thing he had in five was like his friends, teammates. To hell with that speech. That's like all he had.
Oh, you mean in Chio's palace?
Yeah, that was like it.
Oh, dude, that was like the peak of his character for me. Like the fact that that's how like the confidant relationship concludes.
Yep.
He great, honestly.
Yeah, I love P5. I want to. Oh, dude, I cannot wait for Persona 6.
I can't even
Persona 6.
imagine. I can't even imagine that being a thing for some reason.
they're what I imagine Atlas is gonna do. I'm gonna say it on the podcast. So if it's true, I can come back and be like, yeah, I said this.
Okay, okay, it'll be recorded.
With the success of Reload, which I've been begging for a remake for 3 since I played 3 portable back in like 2019. I was like, this game needs a remake, and everybody wanted it. Like that was not like
Right,
a only me
right.
thing. With that being said, Persona 1 and 2, I imagine are gonna get a remake. So
So,
I imagine they do like a remaster or they do something for Persona 1 and 2. Because Persona 2 is just as good as 3, 4, and 5. It's just
really?
not as appealing. I think so. I thought it was awesome. It's I
Huh.
haven't played 1 and 2 in a minute. It's been a while. I want to replay them, but I
So
do think they're gonna remake one and
are they like the same gameplay formula, or is it like a Fallout thing where like one and two are drastically different games from the rest?
2. Not drastically different. It's more it's just a different format because Persona 1 was on the PS1 and then they did a remake in 2009 and it was on the PSP, and the PSP one,
So, so
if you
is it like a Final Fantasy type turn-based system?
no, it's like it's Persona still. It's just later just look up Persona 1 gameplay. Like that I literally can't describe
Okay,
this. Like
okay,
the way
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Persona 1 is, I had to push through it. It is it's a fucking mess. Persona 2 is good.
You told me that Persona 1 is a mess. But do you think
It's
2
still
is
good.
as good as 3, 4, and 5? Really?
I like it just as much. I love 2. 2
Interesting,
is great.
okay. I thought you
I
told
think
me
they're gonna
before that you didn't like 2 as much as the other ones.
right. I think they're gonna make a dude, they're gonna do something for 1 and 2, and then I think we're gonna get Persona 6 and then a Persona 4 remake, like a 3
Has
treatment.
the Persona 4 remake already been made?
No, no.
Because
It's
I
more
could
like
have sworn I saw somewhere that like a Persona 4 remake was like
no, not yet.
not
Um,
yet, or is that just
or
like speculation?
it's heavy speculation. There's a leaker on Twitter who is who leaked like you if leaks I don't follow unless like it's like verbatim accurate. And this person was leaking Reload like it was nothing. Like we already knew we were getting Reload before it got announced because someone leaked, like that person leaked the Yukari, like a Yukari clip of her doing an ult, and then it got announced. So like he's a Persona leaker, and so yeah, it's in like Atlas is like talking about 1, 2, and 4 remakes, and the perfect name for Persona 4 be Persona 4 rerun. It would be perfect because
Ooh.
it's got the TVs. That would be so perfect. Persona 4 rerun because Persona 4 has Persona 4 Golden, but Golden is like, if I compare it, like there's Persona 5 and then there's Persona 5 Royal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I love Persona 4. I want to replay it too. That's gonna. It's the, in my opinion, one of the harder ones because it's like if you're gonna play Persona 3, you're gonna play Reload. If you're gonna play Persona 5, you're gonna play Persona 5 Royal. But if you're gonna play 4, you're gonna play Golden. And Golden is came out in 2012. It's not. It's a great game. It's just you didn't have Baton Pass. You didn't have like Baton Pass. I did not realize how convenient Baton Pass was until I went back and played 4 a little bit. Ridiculous. But yeah, no, I think we're gonna get some Persona
In
2s.
Royal, it is lots of fun. I love
And once
it.
you can, oh dude, Persona 3 too, you can chain so many attacks. It's crazy, dude. It's a very Persona 3 was easy. I flew through Persona 3. I was having fun. I loved it. Top 5 games.
Of all time.
Yeah, especially because the hype leading up to it. And I have my friend Lawson. He's a trumpet in a band.
There he is.
Yeah, and when Reload dropped, I went home from work and he was getting off school and I took a table from my work and we had our monitors next to each other. I played for like when 3 came out, where we got 3, I played for like, I'm not even kidding, like I think 13 hours straight.
Like when it came to Switch, you mean?
No, Persona 3 isn't on Switch. Or no, I'm talking about Reload.
Oh,
Reload day, and dude, awesome, awesome day. I yeah, that's like a core memory right there. Is when Persona 3 dropped. I was with one of my best friends, and we're just fucking in my
that's
house. I
nice.
bought like hella snacks at Costco,
Yeah,
and
you
I
know
just
what you know what like my core Persona memory was? I know
what's that?
I know I've told you about this. It's like when I Persona 5 and I experienced both endings in one.
Oh yeah,
I know I've told you about that because was texting you at like 11 p.m. to like find out the right way to do it.
yep,
uh,
yeah. Peak
because I
moment.
just didn't know not to sign the fucking document. I done literally
Oh yeah,
everything. I done literally everything else right, but yeah, dude, that's my core fucking Persona memory. That was such a awesome fucking night. I'm pretty sure I stayed up till like midnight or something, just like going through
yeah.
both endings.
Do you ever think you're gonna hit Persona 4 eventually?
See, the thing with Persona 4 is, I played like an hour of it when it came in Switch. I bought it, for my birthday, like a birthday present to myself. Um, it's still on my Switch. I haven't gone back to it yet. Um, just because, you know, I, um, I just haven't, I just like haven't been feeling video games for a long time. Um, and honestly, like, I'm kind of waiting for like a reload treatment to happen to
It'll be a minute, but yeah, I think we're gonna get it eventually. Because Persona
But,
4,
like, that's the most likely scenario in which you're gonna see me finally finish Persona 4. Because in my eyes, it's a hell of a lot easier for me to stay interested if I can think about the idea it's gonna be a new game compared to going back to the older one. Not that the
right?
older one would be bad, but just, like playing Reload has me a lot more hyped about the idea of finishing Persona 3 because it's a very new game.
Yeah, it's a
If
good
that
fun.
makes sense, I'm sure that's just like purely recency bias and a bunch of stuff like that and
No,
whatnot.
no, no, I completely agree. Like, if someone were to play Persona 3 for the first time, yeah, I would not have them play Persona 3 Portable. Like, there, it,
Because I once like that was and in fact a little bit I played one thing I wish, they carried over the reload. I wish you could like still pick between like a male or female main character.
yeah. So the thing about that is, um, they might do it eventually. I don't know.
I just thought that was an interesting feature in 3
It's the only game that's
portable.
done it. As somebody who's played the female route, I will say you're not missing out on much. It's
Like
like
I didn't think it was like drastically different in the main
it's
story
different. Don't get me
change.
wrong. It's different. The story is, but the UI is all different colors and there's some tracks that are different, some sounds, some like songs that are different, and the
Interesting.
you can date all the guys. That's something. And then
See,
one thing.
I just thought that was like a cool thing that I felt like, maybe should be in I don't know, Reload, I
Well,
guess, but
one
it's not a huge complaint.
when Reload dropped, a lot of people were upset they weren't including. So in Persona 3 FES, it kind of got like a Royal Persona 5 Royal thing, where it's got more story at the end after, and they're doing that as DLC. So that's nice. So like instead of making a whole nother game, they're just doing DLC.
Oh,
That comes out
interesting.
in September, I think.
Hmm, cool.
That's
Well,
gonna be sick.
I think that probably does it for this episode.
Yeah.
This one wasn't as long. This one's like an hour and 24 minutes, but I think that's perfectly long enough, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good. I think it's a good amount.
Yeah. Anyway, uh, thanks for talking, Seth. I'm glad you're doing well. Thank
Thanks,
you,
bro.
people, for
You too, man.
listening, whatever, another episode of the podcast. It's been really fun, something to look forward to each week or whenever we get a chance to do it, because it's a nice chance to catch up.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.
See
Bye.
y'all.